Continuing with our tradition, now in its 4th year, of having a student as the keynote speaker, we conducted a nationwide search and screened a large number of highly qualified students, ranging in age from high school seniors to graduate students, and all with the intent to pursue a career in the science, technology, engineering, or mathematics fields. After an intensive search, we are pleased to have with us this evening Ms. Brianna Belz. Bree is a senior at Byrd High School in Vinton, Virginia, intending to pursue a degree in mathematics and biochemistry while on a pre-medical track in college. Her extensive list of awards and honors includes an internship with the Chief of Emergency Medicine at Roanoke Memorial Hospital. Ms. Belz is also the founder and president of the Math Pound, a peer tutoring program for math at her high school. In addition to serving as tonight's keynote speaker, the Space Club is providing Bree with a $10,000 scholarship to support her academic pursuits. And now you'll be hearing from Bree about her aspirations and dual passions for space and medicine. Please help me welcome tonight's keynote speaker, Ms. Brianna Belz.
Thank you. When I say the word stars, many people may look up to the sky, or some may think of their favorite actor. For me, when I hear the word stars, I think of possibilities, and I look out to each of you. For in your eyes I see dreams, imagination, innovation, and connectedness. I must thank each of you in the National Space Club for creating such a strong culture of learning and wisdom. And tonight, I want to share how you've impacted my dreams. My fascination with what could be began, as I'm sure it did with many of you, with an absolute fascination with space. As a kid, I had a telescope and glow-in-the-dark stars that stuck to my ceiling in my bedroom. I also had something that you may not have had. I had a mom who was born in July 1969. A mom who believed in destiny and talked constantly about lunar missions, rocket launches, and walking on the moon. When I was 7, I felt that if I got high enough, I could reach the stars and float through space. So I climbed to the top of my brother's bunk bed, and, you guessed it, I jumped off. That was my first tough lesson in gravity. And I'm proud to say that I was the youngest person in my neighborhood to receive plastic surgery on my nose. Historic footprints were made in our moon in July of 1969, but as you all know, there are many footprints by many people on many paths that led to that day. The path of my footprints began when I was 10. I had grown up with my cousin Zach, who was 6 months older than me and was born with cystic fibrosis. He had a vest that would shake his lungs to life, tubes that fed him, and machines that helped him breathe. Zach loved life, and when we were 8, he received a lung transplant through an organ donation. After the surgery, Zach was able to run, laugh, and play baseball for the first time. He gained more time on this earth with us, and we had a great time together. Unfortunately, Zach passed away 2 years later, and through the tears, I was grateful for what medicine and science had brought to his young life. A chance, an opportunity to truly live. I named one of my stars on my ceiling after him, and I've dedicated my dreams since to creating a connection between medicine and science in order to improve the lives of others. Astronaut Scott Kelly's year in space, and his study of both the impacts of a long-duration weightless environment on the human body, and possible therapies to reduce those impacts, has inspired me to look beyond organs and transplantation. With this space environment as my laboratory, I want to explore new approaches to treat diseases, such as cancer, or create technology that can greatly enhance current medical practices. I was selected by my high school to attend a careers in medicine program after my sophomore year. Spending time with doctors in Boston and learning more about the opportunities in the medical field, I came to appreciate the life and death decisions that are made daily in prioritizing who and how to treat. For the past 6 months, I've been interning with Dr. Perkins, the Chief of Emergency Medicine at Goddard Memorial Hospital, our local hospital. I've observed the treatment of gunshot wounds and bones that are broken and protruding, end-of-life care, and a wide range of accidents. Seeing this has made me not only appreciate both the skills and limitations of medical practitioners, but also the possibilities that can come by creating those footprints I talked about. Footprints that combine the needs of medicine and the wonders of experiments conducted in the unique environment of space. Creating connections between these worlds is my passion and my dream. I'm grateful for all the opportunities that have been given so far in my education, but especially for all those who have challenged me. My teachers have been instrumental in forming my future. Mr. Maciel, my math teacher for the past 3 years, recently told me that I am lazy. Feeling quite confident about my accomplishments and work ethic, I approached him and asked why he thought I was lazy. He replied, "You should have cured cancer by now. You haven't reached your full potential." While the comment was definitely exaggerated, it struck me that although by most measures I have done very well in school, those standards are not the only way to measure a high school life. He was reminding me to not be limited by others, to see footprints, but to not step in them. Step outside those footprints and create and explore paths not yet taken. How often does this happen to all of us? We often limit our own success by not creating goals and dreams that dare to explore and go further than we can even imagine. The dreamers and doers in this room are my inspiration. At each stage in our life, we are given a coloring book. The lines represent structure and guidelines, preset expectations. But what do we do when we are done coloring within our lines? We typically tuck the book away, waiting for our next coloring book to arrive. How often do we think about coloring outside those lines, creating our own universe and expectations? I may have been using fancy colors and designs in my coloring, but I was still coloring within those lines. I failed to take risks and truly think for myself. I recently read The Emperor of All Maladies, an amazing book on the biography of cancer research by Siddhartha Mukherjee. One quote from the book in particular stuck with me. "The art of medicine is long," Hippocrates tells us, "and life is short. Opportunity fleeting, the experiment perilous, judgment flawed." This awakens in me an urgency to take full advantage of every moment, of every experiment, and of every opportunity to work together and explore new frontiers in medicine. Many of the medical advances that have been made in cancer treatment have been through bold moves of research that involve taking risks and thinking outside the box. It is time to think outside of our atmosphere and use more of the resources that are available to us. I'd like to conclude my remarks tonight by thanking the wonderful members of the National Space Club and Foundation for making this event possible and providing me with the most memorable experience. The board members did a tremendous amount of work behind the scenes and have been extremely supportive and encouraging. I'd also like to thank my parents for their selfless support in me and for believing that anything is possible, along with Mr. Donahue, Ms. Carr, and all of my teachers at Byrd High School, especially Mr. Thacker, who is here tonight as the biggest space nut I know. They have believed in me and pushed me to defy complacency and normal expectations. Thank you all for showing that those stars that we always look up to at night are within reach. As I make my footprints in life, I want to thank each of you for what you do each day to make space innovation reality. We need to continue to lead ourselves in our communities to reach goals that we cannot even yet define. What truly amazes me about each of you is the connectedness, recognizing the strength in a community effort. I hope to continue this as I continue my education and explore my passion for combining space research and medicine. I wear a necklace as a constant reminder of this. On one side is the staff of Asclepius, the symbol of medicine, On the other side, it simply states, dare to dream. This is my goal on behalf of all the Zachs of this world and the dreamers. This is a star that I'm chasing, and my contribution to the next giant leap for humankind. Thank you all.
Thank you, Bree. It is inspiring to witness the enthusiasm you bring to your endeavors. You have a very bright future.